Second assignment, we're going to use Schoology, which is a learning management system, or LMS, to send a message for a couple of different purposes. Some of the other LMSs that you're going to encounter this year, some of you may encounter two of them, are going to be GradPoint, Connexus, Lincoln, and Peak. These are just the programs that we use to access the course, and Schoology is really not much different than any of these. So for this activity, you're going to send messages in Schoology for some of the same reasons you might send messages in your course LMS, such as contacting a teacher, contacting a classmate, or contacting a friend. Some of your courses, I know Connexus and GradPoint specifically, have inboard messages or inboard messengers that are the preferred method of contact for your instructors. They actually do not prefer to be contacted via email. They prefer to be contacted via GradPoint or Connexus. And so this little bit of practice will get you ready to contact in that format. When you're completing this assignment, you must include at least one embedded screenshot and one attachment in your messages. You can include both in one, which is what I'm going to do in this tutorial, or you can split up the two. To get started, we're going to contact a teacher, and we're going to use the emailing an instructor template, which is found on the materials page. So we'll click on materials, and we'll click on emailing an instructor. At some point, you may want to download this file and add it to your Google Drive academic seminar folder, which we'll create in the next unit. But for now, we'll just look at it here online because it's available anytime you can access Schoology. So best practice for emailing instructors, in the subject line, you're going to want to put question about and then insert the specific name of the assignment. There's a good chance that a number of courses have very similar sounding or maybe even identical assignment names. For example, a lot of your courses are going to have something called like Unit 5 lab questions and Unit 5 text questions, and then there will be Unit 6 lab questions and Unit 7 text questions. So you want to get as specific as possible here. And then inside the message, address your instructor by the formal title, Dear Mr. or Mrs. In the chance that you have a doctorate and you're aware of that, you would want to say Dear Doctor, and then use your teacher's last name. In the body, you'll say I have a question about, and again say the exact title name or exact assignment name and number. Assign today in, and then insert the name of your class. Some of your instructors may be teaching 2, 3, 4 different online courses, so it's going to be important that you specify which course it is you're talking about and which course you're a member of. And then finally, this is the part where a lot of students kind of lose points or don't get it right. You need to be specific about the details of the problem or the issue that you're emailing about today. For example, I'm working on Unit 5 lab questions, and the video that I'm supposed to watch is not loading, and so I feel like I can't answer the questions. Could you send me another video, or could you provide another link? And then sign off with any guidance you can give me will be greatly appreciated. Thank you, and then insert your name. Okay, so to get started with that, we'll just go to the messages icon and click on create new message or just new message. And you're going to be emailing me today because we are just doing a mock. And question about, and we'll say Unit 9 lab questions, which is one I've used before, and then I would say, Dear Mr. Comer, I have a question about the Unit 9 lab questions in criminology. I cannot seem to access the video that is required to answer the lab questions. Could you direct me to another link or website to watch the video. Any guidance you can offer would be appreciated. Thank you, Andrew Kummer. All right, and so we've got the main part of it done, but we also need to have an embedded screenshot and a link to a resource. If you're using a Macintosh, you're going to want to use Command-Shift, and I like Command-Shift-4 because it gives you a selected screenshot, and you can just take an area, snap it. If you're using a PC, you're going to want to use Control Print Screen, and that just makes a like a copy and paste type copy to your clipboard, which can then be pasted into the document. So here I'm going to insert a file, and I just made it on my desktop. It's my newest screenshot. Open it. And then I also need to have a link to this supposed video that's not working. And so for this we'll just put in youtube.com. And you can use this to auto grab the title. It'll search that site and pull up a title and then attach it. If you have your screenshot and you have a link to a source and you're in the proper format, you will be all set. Hit send, and you're going to want to follow approximately the same format for emailing a classmate. Again, we're emailing a classmate that maybe you don't know yet, somebody you don't know personally, maybe they don't even go to our school, so we're going to address them a little bit more formally. Again, question about and say the specific assignment name, and you can just start with hi and use their first name. Still, insert the assignment name, the class name, and get the exact descriptive details. They still need that information. And then, do you have any ideas, advice, information that might help? I'd really appreciate your help. Thanks, and then sign off. Again, you don't have to be super rigid about the way how the format works. If it wasn't in this exact order or didn't use this exact wording, it's not that big of a deal. The big most important parts of this are really this assignment name here and here, the class name, and the details, the descriptive details. For these mock exercises, you can just put in any general problem that you could theoretically have, or you could just make something up. Not terribly important, as long as we have everything else in place.